It's Thirsty Thursday, time to raise a glass.
Hey there, welcome to Izzo's Place. Thirsty Thursday. It's good to see you. Hopefully you got to see the short. Short was fairly old, over a year old. I even was sporting the mustache in the short. But what I tried was a Four Roses bourbon. And I'm not super familiar with Four Roses. However, in addition to this, and let's see, this is the single barrel, and I've got a small batch. I have 2015 cast strength something, I don't know. Tasted it at a buddy's house, negotiated for one of his extra ones. It's fantastic, but that's for much later. I've got several special whiskeys that you're never gonna see until I get this stupid speakeasy done. And I know it might look neat here, what I got you viewed in, but I got you centered just perfect so you can't see the chaos. All right, anyway, enough of that. So I haven't gone back to this too often. Not because it was bad, it definitely wasn't, but didn't get back to it. So looking forward to this. I did get to it enough that some air has gotten into here. We're gonna see how it opens up, having been sitting for quite a while. Nice pop. Man, great aromas coming up right off of the open bottle. So it's got a neat looking cork. It kind of goes, the cork goes in, of course, and the wood surrounds the lip of the bottle. I do enjoy the shape of these. They're kind of nice. All right, so I'm going to nose and taste it. Not going to give you any notes yet. And then we'll look at the bottle a little bit, and then I'll get back for some tasting notes. Okay. It's not my first pour whiskey, but still got a nice little Kentucky hook there. All right, let's go check out this bottle. And like I said, I do enjoy the shape of that. And it's got the roses embossed on here. That's always cool. All right, so Four Roses single barrel, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Distilled and aged by Four Roses Distillery, LLC, Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. It's 100 proof, 50% alcohol by volume. Warehouse EN, barrel number 545T. So if somehow you like the notes that I'm saying and you somehow locate it, that's your bottle. Yeah, the back just says Four Roses single barrel, government warning. Gives you the turn-in price for the bottle. All right, so I know that Four Roses has like a whole bunch of different recipes, and so let me show you before we talk anymore. So I'm not super familiar with Four Roses, but I want to learn about it. So what I did is I did find the 10 recipes tasting experience. So I am in works to get someone who is a huge fan of Four Roses, who's fairly knowledgeable on it. I want to get him in here to go over these with me. So it's got the different recipes here. So this one, like I say, it doesn't say what recipe it is, unless I'm missing something. Because all the recipes begin with an O, then they either have a B or an E, then they all have an S, and then they have a V, a K, an O, a Q, an F. So what I'm seeing here, I'm pretty sure this is, and if I'm way off course, editing Izzo will do it, and later on we'll do a tasting video. But so I'm guessing it's 2 different mash bills and 5 different yeast strains. I think that's what this is. But like I said, if I'm way off base, editing Izzo will tell you, because he loves you more than me. All right, anywho, so this is it's not especially special, hard to find. I see these 100 proof Four Roses quite often in the stores. I need to build more shelves like my collection. Usually I try to just have the featured bottle, and I got bottles everywhere now. Anyway, let's go ahead. So you should be able to find this. It should be around $50. Let me go ahead and get back in here and give you some notes. So I got some caramel. I got some red fruit, some deep red fruit, like maybe a black cherry. And I'm wondering if it's a high rye mash bill, because I'm getting some very light dill or mint, as if there's some rye in there. I don't know for certain. I'll try to do some research before I edit this completely. So just checking. All right, so interesting. On the nose, I got smoky sweet oak and cherry. So kind of similar. I still got some sweet. Now it's reading as caramel to me. I can see the oak, yeah. A little bit of like a toasted oak. And I did get the cherry again. Okay, interesting. All right, let's palate this. Okay, so it's not quite caramel on the palate. It's reading more like a vanilla to me. Or like a frosting. Not even quite vanilla, more like a frosting, like a white cupcake frosting. Then transfers to baking spices, and then goes to, instead of generic baking spices, finishes kind of with like some cinnamon. So it's kind of fun. Let's see what the neck pour was telling me. Vanilla and black pepper. So I got the vanilla again, so that's fun. Didn't get black pepper this time, but we'll go ahead and hit these again. It's a very good pour. All right, so let's think about quality. It's not super viscous. It's kind of a little bit thin, but it is giving me a nice little Kentucky hug at its 100 proof that it's doing. At $50, it's complex enough. I wouldn't be opposed to doing it neat, but at $50, I wouldn't hesitate to stick it in an old fashioned either. So it's kind of middle of the road. A good pour, but not so fancy you'd be afraid to share it or put it in a cocktail. All right, let's do this. Excuse me. Son of a gun, Bazooka Joe just likes to show up. So that's the only thing that got added. It's a little Bazooka Joe, but I got the caramel, got the toasted oak, got the cherry. The mint that I got on the initial nose has faded, and honestly, I get a little bit of the cinnamon that I got on the palate on the nose. There it is. I didn't talk about the finish the first time. Even though it's kind of a thin mouthfeel, the effect goes on and on. So like my tongue stays tingling for quite a while. Nothing changed on the palate though. Vanilla, baking spices, cinnamon. The only thing I noticed is that the finish was longer than I remembered from the first pour. The Bazooka Joe keeps getting stronger and the caramel keeps fading into the background. The mint's gone. It is, what did I say? Hold on. Oh, it's the cinnamon, yeah. And then that kind of like toasted oak note in there. Yeah, nothing changed. I got a hug again though. Like, so this is neat. It's kind of giving me that Kentucky hug, even though, I mean, third or fourth sip in, I should be relatively acclimated to the alcohol level. But I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it. Wish I knew which recipe it was. Like I said, I'll try to do some research and see what editing Izzo finds. Cool. So, when this runs out, I'll probably buy another. I don't need to buy like a backup. This one's not so thrilling that I would go and look for this exact barrel. But if you decide to take a chance on one of these single barrels and you like it, remember, go back, find that barrel, get yourself another one. If it's something that's just like blowing your mind, you know. But yeah, so especially at $50, I think it's a good solid choice. So let me know. Do you like Four Roses? And I know recently in a video we discussed how for a while Bullet Bourbon was being made by Four Roses. So they also, in addition to their own lines, they do some contract distilling. So let me know how you feel about Four Roses. Have you tried them? Do you have a favorite? let me know. Have you toured it? I need to tour the place. And then, like I said, I got that 10 recipe taster. We're gonna try those. I'm gonna try to have a guest star that's quite a bit more knowledgeable than me on the Four Roses Distillery. But that's all I got for you tonight. So if you're working, work safely. If you're drinking whiskey, please drink responsibly. But do everything with a little bit of whimsy. You're gonna have a good time. And I'll see you next time you're hanging out at Izzo's place.
Welcome to Izzo's place. You've had a long day, and I can see it on your face. Hang out at Izzo's place. The project's done, so it's time to relax from the race. We'll talk about
Oh yeah, and I need for the thumbnail. I tried to get like a picture of me smiling with the bottle for the thumbnail. Don't always succeed. But I'll get a screenshot, stuff like that. That could be a good one too. Smile for it. Oh, don't have a camera. Gotcha, Lord. So here's a funny little story just for the after credits. So on Instagram, I am 99% sure that I clicked on a DeLorean, and they asked what style of bottle, so I wanted it to be Blanton's with a horse on top. So I got a Mustang instead. Part of the front sticker is cut. So not quite a DeLorean, but I do not want to try to contact the company and get it back. I do know it came from China. I don't feel like dealing with it. But it's just another silly little decanter, so I'll put something in it. And the the horse looks like an AI generated version of the Blanton's horse, and honestly, it looks like the jockey is a monkey. So that's kind of funny. So be careful what you buy, and try not to be too disappointed when you're buying stuff on Instagram. This thing's terrible. But it'll be a fun little decanter. Maybe I'll put something surprising in it. Oh, well, I was trying to straighten the horse and I just broke it. So he's as straight as he's going to be, and I ain't touching him again. All right. Later, kids.